If I don't have this agreement with her, I'm screwed. Bottom line. Okay? She's your client. Unless I could demonstrate that I, what they call procuring costs. If I went out and showed 25 houses to Gay and I did this and I did that, then maybe I can knock you out of the box and put myself in there. I've never seen that happen very much. Most of the time the person who's holding open house is the one who wins. Okay?
I just try to cut it with the purchaser right up front before we get to that. I just remind the purchaser that this is what this means.
95% of the time you're going to get this if you ask, and the other 5% you're not going to want it. Okay? Just do the presentation, ask for the agreement, get the agreement.
I get it every time, and I let them know that this is my obligation to them, that I'm going to work solely for them and work very hard, and I'm very clear that, you know, this is
Do you have any problems getting it?
No.
Okay.
They sign it every time.
I've done this presentation for 200 agents
Yeah.
that are experienced, and I can hear, I look at them, and some of them are nice enough to express it. They're like, nobody's ever going to sign that thing.
I used to think that, not anymore.
That's what they will say that to me, and I'm sitting there looking at them, and I'm thinking, everybody will sign that thing. I put together a little presentation like this. Amy was my first buyer agent, my wife. We went out once a day. I made sure we had one buyer to do this presentation in front of every day for 6 months. 2 people said no, and in both cases, when we got back in the car, she looked at me and said, hey, if either one of those clowns would have signed that thing, you'd have been working with them. That's exactly what you said to me in both instances.
Women's intuition.
Yeah. She's like, those guys were idiots.
I took for granted, too, that I was working with somebody in our church and school, and that they wouldn't use any other agent, and I wasn't going to have them. I was just like new. I was like, I'm not going to make people sign that. They'll be obligated. You know, they'll have like this,
This bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they looked me dead square in the face and said, the first person to show me a house is the first person I'm going to buy it with. And I said, you know, did I mention to you that I have an exclusive buyer agency, and this is what it means and why? And from then on, I was like, I am never, ever wasting my time without it. From the first appointment, they always sign it.
Have you ever had to take it to, you know, go to another agent and say, hey, this is my buyer?
Oh, absolutely.
And have you had successful results with it?
Yeah.
Because it just seems like the other agents are just so ignorant that they wouldn't respect it anyway.
I don't care what they do, okay? If I'm within my rights on a contract, if I have an exclusive buyer agency agreement with somebody, and if they said if Roger said, to heck with you, I'm not giving you that contract or whatever, I'd file ethics charges with the Board of Realtors.
But it's never gotten that far.
No, this broker would sit down and would say, Roger, this is the deal. In 1 year, I think I put this in the email for this class, in 1 year, we had 7 buyer agent paychecks that were produced because either the buyer went directly to a private seller, or they did impulse buying. They drove past something and, oh, I got to call the listing agent. They called us up and said, I don't know how to tell you this, but I bought this from so and so, and we're like, well, that's fine, no problem, However, I do want to remind you, Tina, that you signed an exclusive buyer agency agreement with me, and I'll be contacting the agent involved to ensure a smooth transition of the paperwork so that we can finish this transaction for you. How about that? $32,000 in commissions, 1 year.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, it matters. You coming here on Saturday morning matters too, I might add. Because what do you think the chances are, Angela, that you're going to do this without being here on Saturday morning?
Oh, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it. Right, Josh, what do you think?
Wouldn't know about it.
You wouldn't even know about it. You wouldn't even know what you don't know.
It just doesn't seem like it's standard. Right? I mean, my husband and I bought several homes since we've been married, and never one time we worked 3 max. We worked with other companies, and not one time did I ever saw anything like it. I mean, they didn't talk about it. I mean,
the other
it just
thing,
seems simple now.
Yeah, it's simple and self-evident once you get it. And that's why I love to work with new agents, is because I don't have to swim upstream with them, to get in place really good work habits. Because this is the way you're always, this is the way you're always going to do business. The other thing I could share with you is this is a great screening tool. If you're not to page 6 or 7 and they're not sitting there going, oh, this is cool, watch them. Watch them, because this is a way to sort out whether you're dealing with reasonable people or not. So, thanks, guys. See you next Saturday, hopefully, okay?